Gentlemen, let's talk about a question that quietly messes with a man's confidence, especially after 60. How long am I supposed to last? Because if you've ever felt pressure to turn sex into a marathon, you're not alone. And that pressure doesn't just ruin the moment, it can actually make erections less reliable, make climax happen sooner, or make it harder to climax at all. Today, I'm going to give you the real, science-backed answer, what normal actually looks like, what most couples really need for deep satisfaction, and the simple rhythm that makes multiple orgasms far more likely without chasing an unrealistic stopwatch goal. Quick favor, comment where you're watching from, city and state. I love seeing the men in this community show up for their health and their relationships. Step 1. The truth most men never get told. Here's the big reframe. Great sex isn't measured by how long you thrust. Great sex is measured by how well you build arousal and how safe, connected, and tuned in your partner feels. Most guys were trained by movies, myths, and performance culture to believe longer is always better. But when couples have actually timed intercourse, the typical time from penetration to ejaculation is around 5 to 6 minutes for many men, and after 60, it can be a little shorter, still completely normal. So if you're thinking, I'm not 25 anymore, you're right, and that does not mean you're failing. It means you're human. Step 2. Why lasting longer is the wrong target for multiple orgasms. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but my wife wants more time. Sometimes what a partner wants isn't more minutes of penetration. What she usually wants is more total pleasure and more total attention. For many women, orgasm is less about penetration alone and more about the right kind of touch, steady buildup, clitoral stimulation, emotional safety and connection. Translation: if a man makes penetration the main event, he may accidentally skip the very stimulation that creates the strongest orgasms and the possibility of multiple orgasms. So instead of chasing 20 minutes of penetration, we aim for a better formula: more buildup, more variety, more pauses, more presence. Step 3. The perfect duration is a rhythm, the 3-phase method. I call this the 3-phase method, and it's built for real couples, real bodies, and real life after 60. Phase A, warm-up, 8 to 12 minutes. This is where most men accidentally rush. Warm-up means kissing like you mean it, touching slowly, not mechanically. Checking in. Do you like this? More pressure or less? If your partner's body is fully warmed up, arousal rises higher, and that makes multiple orgasms more likely before penetration even starts. And gentlemen, this isn't foreplay. This is sex. Phase B, the wave. 3 to 7 minutes total penetration with breaks. Here's the secret most men don't know. Continuous penetration isn't required. In fact, for many couples, it's less effective. Instead, think in waves. 30 to 60 seconds of penetration, then a pause for kissing, hands, oral, a different position, slower tempo, then back in again. Those breaks do 2 powerful things. They help you stay in control, less rush to the finish, and they keep your partner's arousal climbing instead of flattening out. This is how you turn one orgasm into maybe 2, maybe 3, because you're building and rebuilding arousal instead of burning it all in one sprint. Phase C, afterglow, 2 to 5 minutes. After climax, yours, hers, or both, don't immediately roll away and start thinking about the next day. Stay close, breathe together, touch, talk softly. This part doesn't just improve emotional intimacy, it also reduces anxiety next time, which helps erections and control. Step 4. If you're worried about too fast or too long, here's the reality. Let's talk about 2 common situations without shame. If you often climax very quickly and it bothers you, if you're consistently climaxing in about a minute or so and it's causing distress, you may be dealing with premature ejaculation. Important line, gentlemen, this is a treatable condition, not a character flaw. Solutions often include simple behavioral techniques, start-stop style control practice, pelvic floor training, mindfulness to reduce performance anxiety, and sometimes medical support, guided by a doctor. If it takes a very long time or climax is difficult, this can become more common after 60, especially with certain medications, diabetes, nerve changes, stress, low arousal, or changes after prostate treatment. If it's new, sudden, and frustrating, talk to a clinician. There may be a clear cause and a clear fix. Step 5. The confidence shift that changes everything. Here's what I want you to take to the bedroom tonight. You don't need to outlast anybody. You need to become the man that brings calm attention, steady presence, and a pleasure-focused rhythm. Because confidence isn't pretending you're 30. Confidence is knowing, I'm normal, I'm capable, and I can lead this moment in a way that feels amazing for both of us. So, what's the perfect duration for multiple orgasms? Not a single number. It's this. Penetration time is often around 5 to 6 minutes for many men and can be a little less after 60. That's normal. Multiple orgasms are far more about arousal building, variety, and the right kind of stimulation than endurance. Use the 3-phase method: warm-up, waves, afterglow. If timing problems cause distress, they're common and treatable. You're not broken. The real goal isn't more minutes, it's more connection and more pleasure. Now, I want to hear from you. Which phase do you think most men rush? Warm-up, waves, or afterglow? Drop one word in the comments. And if you want more calm, practical men's health guidance for life after 60, hit subscribe. Because the perfect duration is a myth, but the perfect connection is something you can build starting tonight.